Hi, I'm Kevin McGarry.
And I'm Erin Krakow, and
Here we are,
What are we
sitting
doing?
down. We're going to break down the moments of Nathan and Elizabeth's relationship over the years.
well, it all started at our chemistry read. No, it actually started before that when I saw your tape, and you were so good. And
Sure.
yeah, we're starting.
You got that 20 that I attached to the tape,
I
right?
did.
Yeah.
And yeah, Kevin was just fantastic. Everyone knew that he was great, had something special, and was going to bring a lot to the show. And we were right, because he is all of that. And
I like this interview.
yeah,
This
it's
is nice.
good, right?
Yeah.
It was just always really easy working together. Like, it has been consistently easy working together. And I was really excited to bring Nathan onto the show. I thought it was going to be a gift to the fans in many ways.
Did you know from the beginning, when you cast him, that he was going to become a love interest for Elizabeth?
I did. Is that weird?
I mean, I knew that.
Yeah.
Reading
you
the
knew.
breakdown, yeah. I knew there was a possibility of him becoming the love interest.
Sure.
But I knew definitely he was going to be a love interest at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nathan and Lucas were very much brought on to be new love interests, plural, for Elizabeth.
Options.
Options.
To make that story stronger, he did think, like maybe at the time, he wasn't sure where he stood with Elizabeth. He knew her and Lucas were getting closer together. And then he saw, it was actually Allie was the one that kind of made him reconsider and stay in Hope Valley, because he saw how much she wanted to be there and how much she loved the town. And I don't think in his heart he wanted to go,
Right.
but he misunderstood a couple things of what the relationship between the two of them was and what they shared. And he has Allie to thank for sticking around.
Didn't Elizabeth go to Nathan in like the Christmas movie that season and say, "What about your friends here?" or something along those lines? I mean,
Yeah.
she was insinuating there were
You're right.
there were some feelings
You're
there.
right. Okay, but it was sparked by Allie, because I remember
Yes.
I had to sit down and talk to. We had that scene together,
Yes.
right? I told her we were staying, but you're right. You came and said, "What about your friends?" Okay, so I retract that, and I also say not only was it for Allie, it was for Elizabeth coming in and saying we'd miss you. Maybe she'd miss him.
Yeah, she would have. Take it away, Kevin.
Well, I think at least for Nathan, I mean, Lucas came on as another suitor and love interest for Elizabeth, but also his dealings and the way he kind of like lived his life was opposite from what Nathan was, a man of the law, a man who sees something in black and white. So, he had some eyebrows raised towards towards Lucas for other reasons.
Right.
The fact that, he kind of became this suitor to Elizabeth, I mean, he didn't love it, but it wasn't the only reason, that I don't think, that they kind of clashed at the beginning. Yeah. that's
Both
my thoughts.
good men, but very different men.
Yeah.
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 I will say I wasn't really into the like Team Nathan, Team Lucas pitting teams against each other, but their passion was very exciting and energizing for the show.
At the time, I don't think people looked too much at the two teams as, at least on the show, because what we were trying to do was create kind of a new life and a new beginning for Elizabeth after Jack left and, after he passed. So, the focus wasn't on so much like creating it was creating a triangle, but what became of that, I don't think
Right.
anybody really saw, because we were just kind of trying to help the Hardys transition out of what Jack and Elizabeth was to Elizabeth's new life with these two suitors, right? And then this triangle just became
How?
bingo bango.
Well, I think Elizabeth has obviously experienced a lot of trauma, and so it was pretty triggering because she really cares about Nathan, and it was in that moment that maybe she realized just how deep those feelings were. So there was a lot of relief finding out that he was alive, and Yeah, and maybe that was the start of a different kind of thinking for her.
They came to this agreement like, oh my God, they're going to go on this date. This is great. And I think what was, unfortunate for those fans was that at the end of the episode, the date was abruptly canceled because somebody had a migraine. Oh, or a headache.
Well, in reality,
Forgot that she had to wash her hair or whatever you said when you left.
didn't Lucas's mom show up on the
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, so there's a lot happening in that moment. Kevin does this like sad puppy dog look so well. And it's just, you do. Let's get it straight to camera. It's a set jaw. It's just,
I need something sad to happen off camera.
okay.
So he like punch a puppy or something for me, and then I'll go,
Oh, there it is. Great.
well, that's because I was picturing a puppy getting PETA, nobody hit a puppy.
We love puppies.
We love puppies.
We love all animals.
If you're going to get anything from this interview, is that we love
Just all
puppies.
wanna punch a puppy.
And nobody punched a puppy.
Right. We have puppies.
We have puppies. This is really going off
That's what
the
you
track.
wanted to know about, right?
Yeah.
I've sensed that you're hoping for something more than friendship.
I wasn't trying to hide it.
I don't think he was ready for it. I don't think that's what he thought Elizabeth was going to say. And I think it's shown in that scene. You kind of catch him off guard there and just kind of leave him in turmoil. It's all right. He just cried for days.
I hate this.
And anyways, I think eventually, Nathan really does just care about Elizabeth's happiness. And when he found out that Lucas, who he was, sure that Elizabeth was going to pick, was thinking about leaving town, he made sure that he told Lucas that he should stay, not so much for Lucas, but for the fact that he would make Elizabeth happy. So even though she stuck a dagger in his heart at the end of season 8, Nathan still cared about her happiness and just wanted to make sure that whatever choice she made, she was happy. And I think reiterated that at the beginning of 9. Yeah, when they had like their moment.
Look, they're both great guys, and she had real feelings for both of them. I think that being with a man like Nathan in the profession that he was in was just too much. And the potential of losing him, the potential of getting swept up in this next great love so soon after Jack's death, I don't think she was ready for it. That's not to take anything away from her relationship with Lucas, but I think that relationship felt simpler, less loaded, a little more accessible to her at that point in her growth. And, we know what we know in any given moment. Elizabeth couldn't have predicted how she might feel, 2 years from then, but she acted on what was in her heart and her mind in that moment. And that was Lucas then. That was something that Kevin and I were we
were pitching that
pitching
actually,
it, yeah.
a lot earlier. We wanted a reason why Nathan was there. It wasn't just Mountie, like a random Mountie there. We wanted
Some connection.
We wanted Nathan to be connected to Elizabeth's past. Would it have been nicer to get that story out a bit sooner? Probably. We had to kind of, nudge and push a bit, and it came out in season 8 when we were able to do it. It was shocking for a lot of fans, especially, the idea that Nathan had anything to do with Jack's demise. But I always thought it was the right move because there was a reason why he was there. It was, he didn't do anything to cause that. It'd just be like somebody, who's, if you got on a plane and, you got fired, so you're not going to take that plane and somebody else gets on it and they go down. Like, I don't want to mention that, but it's the idea of he didn't do anything to Jack.
Right.
It was just circumstantial that happened. And because of that, it brought him to Hope Valley.
And it's led to some really rich elements of your character,
and yours, and the relationship.
Yeah,
they had. That was something that Elizabeth had to get over, and that she blamed Nathan for at the beginning, which is tracks. I think a lot of people would, but it gave her a chance, to realize Nathan really didn't do anything and to forgive him. And yeah, it was, I'm glad they went with the story.
too. Yeah.
Again, going back to when she put a dagger in Nathan's heart, even though that happened, it was all about like Elizabeth's happiness, and it hurt, but he wanted her to be happy with Lucas. At the end of 10, when their engagement was breaking up, I think Nathan just saw that Elizabeth was hurting more than like, here's my chance to get in. So I think it was just being there for your friend who is in pain and going through it.
But
But
when you stepped off of Elizabeth's porch at the end of season 10, episode 8, and they
maybe he
shared
just
apples
thought that would have
together.
been nice.
Yeah, I
He
think
didn't do it in front of her.
no. They were both
You know.
being respectful, but I think that
And I think also Elizabeth had some thoughts of like, maybe it also would have been nice.
right. I mean, was it? I don't believe that it was emotional cheating, as some people have put it. I think that it was, Elizabeth was really kind of wrestling with what she really wanted in life and who she really wanted, and was having doubts and feelings and concerns, and and started maybe thinking about what it might be like if she wasn't with Lucas forever.
Yeah.
It was a very sad scene.
Did it look pent up? Because that was the idea, that it was like, well, I mean, like we've gone through all these
Right,
seasons
right.
where it's like the fans have been like, just kiss already.
Did it feel earned?
Yeah, okay, that's good. Felt earned. But that's what many seasons of Will They Won't They will do, I think, for when they
True.
finally kiss. And what I liked about it was that it was,
Did she even ask you a question?
yeah, didn't you?
Just keep going.
You just talk about the kiss.
Yeah. Okay, tell us more about
Oh
that.
no, you're gonna get me canceled off this. No, what I liked about it was that it was Elizabeth that was telling Nathan,
Yeah.
all these, kind of coming clean and saying, this is what I thought, and this is, I just have to tell you all the truth that I've been feeling for the last little while, because I think because Nathan put his heart out in season 8 and told her that he loved her, and then she kind of said, I can't, and ran away.
Sure did.
The ball has been in Elizabeth's court for the last, 3 seasons. So it really, I think in early stages of that scene, it was kind of more back and forth and more like Nathan offering more. And I think you made the right call by just letting Elizabeth talk and Nathan just listening before getting to that passionate kiss. I thought that was the right move.
I think so too.
Good.
I mean, it was time. Elizabeth had a lot she needed to say, and so much of season 11 was spent with Elizabeth being unsure if Nathan even still has feelings, Nathan feeling like, as you said, the ball is in Elizabeth's court, like, let's see how she feels. So they kind of did this dance for a while, and finally I think Elizabeth had another realization after the hostage situation, that life is short, and also that Nathan is clearly waiting on her to open up. So she did. I was really glad to get to say so many of those things, and some of them were like very specific to the journey that Nathan and Elizabeth had taken. So I hope that they scratched the itch, that they acknowledged all of the things that we needed to acknowledge in order for these two people to move forward together happily.
And we have great writers on the show,
Yeah.
but Erin did contribute a little bit to that monologue. Well, I think, I use it as a great monologue, so you should,
Thank you.
yeah.